Squunchy bowls, Paul.
What's going down? Yeah, man, I am in the outskirts of Chicago, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Fort Knox Studios. It's a lot of great hip hop moments occurring right now, you know what I'm saying? And so that means you're in tune still to Camp from the Port, man. That's me, that's what I do. Going around talking to some of my favorite people from social media in real life and some people that I've met from social media in real life. And that brings us to the very special guest I got with me right now, my man, Mr. Cloak, the Scribe.
What's
you know
good?
What I'm saying?
What's good?
Yo.
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Yes, hey man, I'm fresh out the booth, and it's all thanks to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how that goes. And we're gonna get into that real quick. But first, because I always plug some 815.
815, what up?
You know what I'm saying? Why not a Camp Quotes team, man? You know that's kind of how this goes. I've been hyping up just other people's products, and that's always a great thing. But sometimes make time for yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's also why I'm here to talk to this brother right here, because we met, I want to say, through the wild world of social media.
Behind the Rhyme era. So
you know what I'm saying? So through Behind the Rhyme and just hip hop conversation and information. And you were working on a project called Dreams of a Giant at that time. You know what I'm saying?
First album, go get that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's sincerely a dope album. Check it out. And why you should check it out is because of the content. The content, we talked about this before. You are well, I don't want to say this. Would you classify yourself as a faith-based MC?
Faith-based MC, for sure. But,
alright.
We recently departed from that community, not departed from the faith. Let's keep that very clear.
Word.
Departed from the community that does that, but not from the faith itself.
Nice.
I wanted to get back to my roots, man. Like before that was ever a thing for me, it was always hip hop. It was always being real from a real place, never trying to be something that I wasn't.
Right.
So the transition wasn't even as hard as people may think. From the doing regular hip hop to the faith-based hip hop. That transition wasn't hard for me. But now, since we're going into a new project, we're taking it back to that introspective street rap.
Okay.
Shout out to my man Skyzoo who coined that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we back there, man. We back in introspective street rap. That's what we got.
So dig it. Faith-based MC, introspective street rap. When we look at hip hop though, the way we know it,
right?
Isn't it one and the same?
One and the same.
Because you think of Rakim and his 5% of message, and you think about Wu-Tang and them with the elements and the God, Son, Earth, and all of that, and then you think even to Richie Rich, do Jesus get to go to heaven, and Pac, I wonder if heaven's got a ghetto, and Nas called himself the Godson. It's like there is always a faith base in a lot of the great MCs anyway.
Definitely.
So I don't even think we're at a point now, especially for people that really know hip hop, that you even got to explain that there's a difference in that. Well,
I would say.
Okay.
I would say for some, it's not an explanation, but for others, I think it's an explanation because I've had certain people ask me because they hearing the new content and they're hearing what I'm saying.
Okay.
Are you out of the faith? Have you strayed away from the faith? And I'm like, no, that's not it.
Right.
My thing is to be real and to be relevant and to stay being who I am, so that people can relate not only to the message, but they can relate to me as a person. If you couldn't relate to me as a person, I'm giving you a message, the two wouldn't coincide. So the fact that a lot of people can relate to me as a person from the gate versus just from the music, it's like, yo, that's what's up. Right. So that means if you ever listen to the album, if you ever sat down through a single, then you know me. I like to have fun. I'm introspective. I rap well. You know what I'm saying? I get street sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We go through things, man. We go through life. It's all a part of the. You know what I'm saying? It's balance. It's all a part of life.
Right.
So whether another person may have not grown up in the streets of Chicago, I did.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the stuff that I may talk about, you know, they may be like, they may shun it a little bit, but for people who know what that feels like, they're embracing it. And they with it, and they understand, and they get it.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I'm definitely one of those people. Me not being from Chicago or in the streets. Freeport, Illinois, 815. Y'all know what I do. But if we could just talk about me just real quick. I know this is always about the guest. But, you know, y'all know me by now. Like, I'm like the media guy now. It's 2019. We're going into 2020. And I'm known as like a podcaster. I'm a writer of everything. And yet somehow this brother right here felt, you know, highly enough of me to put me on one of the songs for an upcoming project that he has going on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask the question for them, cause for some that maybe not know or whatever, like why did you ask me to get on a track with you for your project, and if you wouldn't mind also going into the project after that.
Okay, cool. Alright, so everybody been seeing the videos on social media. If you follow me on social media, you've been seeing the videos. You've been seeing me ask about my album that's coming up. But on the low, I have been working on a project specifically before the album comes. So yes, y'all are getting more new music from me. Yes, there is another single coming. Yeah, we just got music coming in videos. Y'all finna get a whole lot of content from your boy. Like,
nice.
There's a lot of that.
Nice.
Bro, you're an MC. outside of the conversations, just how you break down the questions, how you go into your answers and how you break them down. I'm like, yo, that's an MC right there. For those who don't know, MCs have a very specific way of talking about music that unless you're an MC, you would not understand. It sounds like nerd talk and everything else, but it's strictly hip hop. I'm telling you. So when from banging on lunch tables to BehindTheRhyme.com to seeing that you were a writer yourself, I was like, bro, probably an MC. 9 times out of 10, bro, the MC. And lo and behold, I did my own research. I asked my own questions.
Yeah.
And my bro, the MC, man. So I said, yo, it's been a minute.
True.
See what you got. See what you got from one MC to another, man. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
From my folks that are biblically inclined, iron sharpens iron is the scripture, but it's also true in life, and it's also true in being an MC. Iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
So if you're not a person who's jealous and worried about success, then the next MC's skill set or abilities will ultimately either rub off on you, or you'll just learn something from it. You'll gain something from them and how they do what they do. You're listening to them, and it's like, oh wait, he did this like this. Man, I wonder how he did that. How did he break that down? Like, what made him use this word and break it down like this into these syllables? Like, you gonna get into all that. But yo, he killed it. And he's better than most of the people who are rapping right now. And I'm going to continue to say this. Y'all might think I'm wrong for it. Whatever. Whatever.
You know?
It's a Midwest thing, bro.
Absolutely. It always is.
Bro came in, represented, did this thing, man. I'm happy to have you on that, bro.
Yo,
I'm happy to have you on that.
Again,
like,
and I'll say it, and we've already talked about it off the camera, but like I'm definitely always come from a place of gratitude. Very gracious that you save a lane for me, because you know, obviously you're very serious about your craft. You're putting out your projects, you're doing your thing, and the last thing I want to do was be like the 13th man that's only in the game, right? That's only in the game because somebody went down. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tore his Achilles late in the second, so it's like, I guess we'll dress him up. So it's like, I got to come through. I gotta really get into my hey, I really actually do know how to rap bag, and then and didn't want you to feel like I wasted time, or you hit me with the, hey man, you know that song didn't even make it, bro, but I think we're gonna throw it on the song.
I've heard people do it to people. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, bro. We sent it in, and you know the label, they just wasn't feeling it, bro.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, this is all me. For those who don't know that too, this project is all me. I have funded the entire project.
Awesome.
Like for those who claim in the industry. I'm not gonna say your name because I don't give you no light. That's not gonna happen ever. Now, if you want to battle, that's a different situation.
Oh, let's talk about it.
You know, for those who say that you can't do that, it's lies. You can.
Word.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely.
So, to my independents who I often have this conversation with about not cheaping out in your craft. Stop doing that. Stop cheaping out. Spend the money. Go to the lab. Get you sit down with an engineer and come up with a game plan.
Word.
My engineer, we know each other from school.
Yeah.
I knew he was dope at what he did.
And he called too, by the way.
I did not have a engineer for Dreams of a Giant for like a good year and a half. I had to go looking for an engineer, my G.
Yeah.
So I, you know what I'm saying? I beg of y'all, if you want to be taken serious, spend the bread.
That's a fact, though.
Marketing and promotion is important as well. Go to somebody who does it professionally. If you have no experience in marketing and promotion, go find somebody who does. You'll do yourself a great deal in favor doing so. Trust me, research is everything, y'all. Research. I can't stress it enough.
Word. And you know, we definitely got a shout out to Cloak's engineer. I forget my man's name, but he right here. He getting to work right now. I'm kind of interrupting their time.
Pots and Pans Audio. Check them out.
Pots and Pans Audio. They got me sound like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can really make something happen out here. Just coming out listening to this. My man is super nice over there. Very great guy. Very great facility. So, you know what I'm saying? They for hire too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we might have some contact info in the description or something, so we, you know, get a feature too, because the features is fire as well from this brother right here. You get a great engineer, you get great sound quality, and then it comes with a price. If this is what you want to do with your life.
With your life.
You know what I'm saying?
That
thing called self-investment is so important. It is crucial. It is critical. No matter what you want to do, I got to self-invest. You know what I'm saying? Like the camera that you're watching this on, I paid for it. The tripod, I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Well, the subscriptions for the streaming, whether it's YouTube or it's SoundCloud, whatever you guys are doing, you got to do it right if you want people to take you seriously and you want to get to some level.
True DIYs. Invest money.
Yeah,
true DIYs, invest money.
That's a fact. So, with all that being said, because you know it's late, it's fourth quarter 2019, so it's basically 2020. As we venture into a new decade, what do you think is the most important thing for an artist to be focusing on? We're outside of self-investment, which is always 1 through 5 from anybody trying to do their things. But just speaking as an artist going into a new decade, what are you seeing as the thing that you need to move into 2020 with?
Establishing a business.
Okay.
Establishing a business, putting out more content, and not just more content, but more quality content. So while putting out a lot of music and a lot of videos is good, you want to make sure it's geared towards what you're doing for the project or a single or whatever, and you want to put the business behind it, like solid. You want to have a solid business model behind it. So y'all be looking out for that too, cause yeah, I'm signed to somebody. Somebody in the city getting signed, bro. Somebody in the city getting signed. In Chicago, somebody's getting signed.
Nice.
Or it might be from the 815. Y'all never know.
Hey, 815. So hey, y'all game together? Are you making yourself investments? Are you doing the right thing? Because honestly, I don't do referrals if it ain't fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. I love everybody in the 815. I want to see everybody win. But there is also a thing called wasting people's time. We never want to waste hard-working people's time. We never want to waste the very serious and goal-oriented people's time with what they're doing and what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
trying and doing two different
things. So, where does an artist, where you think it's important to find inspiration now? Because, and I say that, and it sounds like a simple question, but we live in a time now where there's a lot of, you know, carbon copy, monkey see, monkey do. Oh, that's the wave, that's the sound. Well, then let me do that. So, where do you think artists need to start looking for influence and just artistry from?
Start looking in your surroundings, man. Stop looking for outside inspiration. Granted, you can have those who inspire you, and that's cool. But you want your sound to reflect who you are, your worldview, where you're from. So, as you know, some of you may hear, there will be some subtle influences from some brothers who've gone on to become greater in hip hop years ago. Like they became great years ago.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm from Chicago.
Right.
So you'll hear some Common, you'll hear some Twister, you'll hear some Do or Die, you'll hear some Crucial Conflict, you'll hear some Lupe.
Yeah.
Lupe's a new legend, but you'll still hear some Lupe, and that's
a fact.
just based off of level of intelligence as an MC, man. Like, you never stop learning that as a person. So, growing up in the hood or growing up in the burbs or wherever you grew up at, man, draw inspiration from there first. There. Like, your foundation is your inspiration. Your home, your inspiration. At that point, everything else is easy.
Right.
You're gonna learn your skill sets. You're gonna pick up. You're gonna forget stuff. You're gonna do all that. But
Yeah. You definitely
home
won't
is
forget.
your first inspiration. Home is your first inspiration.
Have you written the song that defines you yet?
Have I written a song that defines me? Wow. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. There's a song on this particular project called 10 Grand. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's not it's not for kids. Don't let your kids listen to 10 Grand.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because I'm sharing a lot of what brought me to a place where I was seeing my first 10 grand. And unfortunately my first 10 grand was illegal. So there was a lot of bad, a lot of, drama, a lot of at-home drama as well as street drama that surrounded my first 10 grand that I ever seen in my life.
Wow.
So to me, 10 grand defines me because it helps you see my mistakes, but it also gives you a chance to see the inside of my mind at that introspective point. Like, I was 14, bro.
Wow.
I was 14, like, really getting to it. But I never brought any of that home. Like, none of that got brought home. Like, it was always out in the street. It was never at home. So for my brothers that may be in the street currently, find something that helps you get out of that environment. Like, I don't care if it's art. I don't care if it's creating a business. I don't care if it's working a 9-to-5 job. Man, the streets don't love nobody. I'ma always say it. I'm an advocate for that. Streets don't love nobody. So with that being the case, find you something that gets you out of that.
Yeah.
Find something that gets you out.
And I mean, bringing it full circle, man, that's having amazing faith. You think about it, 14, making real money, 10 grand. A lot of adults we know,
they ain't never seen
getting
that.
We're not getting 5 grand from a lot of adults. You know what I'm saying? Like in a month. You know what I'm saying? Let alone 10. And so for you to leave that, pursue your career art-wise, artistry, artistically, and to invest all of that same kind of energy, the same energy that got you that 10 grand, you're doing that to make, $1 million worth of artistry as far as music goes. That it takes tremendous faith in that as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just wanted to bring it full circle about, we're talking about faith-based MC versus introspective street music, but you gotta have the same kind of faith in the streets as you would in the church or following any kind of religion or things of that nature, because that same omnipresence, that thing that you can't see, is definitely pulling you through both fires of life. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? Whether you leave the booth or the church, you're going to end up in the same street. Where are you going? That's a different story.
It all defines your choice. It's all in your choices.
Yeah.
Your choices, not nobody else's, not your parents, not your friends, not your cohorts, not the people you're doing your thing with. It all depends on you. So at the end of it all, man, if I was to say anything define me, this record define me, because I actually get to show people that, and I get to remember these things without you know, without actually living them again.
Yeah,
Which a lot of cats my age and older are still living this thing. So, you know, with that being the case, man, you know, just don't get caught up in that, man. Don't get caught up in that mindset. It's the same. To me, that mindset is the same way as being institutionalized. Like you find yourself going back to it because you feel like there's no other way, or there's no other way for me to live. Nip, RP Nip. He defined it as survival mode, and that's how I define it too. Because people are so used to trying to survive or in the headspace of survival mode that they never think about the afterlife. They never think about their future. They never think about what can I be before my time is up. They're only concerned about right now. And that's where they get stuck.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, listen, I don't want to take up too much of these brothers' time because they in there putting in work. I'm just a spectator and a fan of hip hop. But I do want to leave with that note and extend it from it saying, man, treat life like Nip did as a marathon. You know what I'm saying? See the long term, see the long end of the game. Tomorrow, yes, it is important to plan for it, but if you're not planning for way beyond tomorrow, that means 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, then what are you truly planning for? Are you planning at all? Think about those type of things as you get into a mode of figuring out what you want to do with your life, and don't be worried about if you don't have the answer today or when you watch this video. You might watch this right now and might not have the answer a year from now, and that's cool. Don't be in a rush to grow up. Don't be in a rush to make things happen, and always have a plan and somewhere to go so you can be prosperous in whatever it is you decide to do on this earth, because we only get one chance, and it's called one chance in life. So don't waste it, please. Alright? You know what? Real quick, you gotta plug yourself. You gotta plug where they can get your music. You gotta plug the track that I'm gonna be on and the project. I know y'all. I really get a chance to do this. I haven't been in my MC bag in years. All right, this is cool for me. I'm ecstatic right now. So I'm gonna lend it back over to you. Just plug away, man.
Social media, Cloak the Scribe website will be the #1 place to get anything concerning me. CloakTheScribe.com, and yes, we have content coming, so stay tuned. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Cloak the Scribe. Camp from the Port.
Hey.
Wormhole. New project coming soon. Where my brother is at, he gonna be on that boy, giving y'all bars. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Camp from the Port, giving bars, cuz A15, man. Represent y'all, man, yo. Show him love, man. Like he did his thing on that. Yeah. We definitely gonna come out there and promote with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kick it. And show y'all that love, man. Cause you know, at the end of the day, might not be Chicago, but it's the Midwest.
Absolutely. So Dixon, DeKalb, Rockford, Freeport, get a stage. I know they out there. You got somebody get on those stages and show love and give you great hip hop. All right. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Again, I'm gonna be featured on Wormhole with Cloak the Scribe. Make sure y'all look for that project when it comes out. Let's say it's 2020, but just be on the lookout for him anyway. You should be following him anyway before that song even come out, because it's never about me. It's all about the artists that do this day in and day out. Alright? Listen, you can be anything you want in this world. So make sure you're not a person that ages like milk or juice from concentrate. Alright?
Said milk.
You know, hey, look, it is Camp from the Port with Cloak the Scribe, and we thank you.
JP, what up?